Hi, everybody. We are coming on live here at Intuitive Angel Messages on Facebook, and we are really eager to spend time with you this evening here in North America. Over in Australia, however, it is still morning. One day ahead. So joining me here is Bonnie. I'm so happy you're coming on with me, and we're talking about our spiritual experiences. And we're also talking about mediumship and what we've learned. And not only with Bonnie, but I too have had an interesting few spiritual experiences since last December. And Bonnie, she joined me along with everyone else last September in the Mediumship for Beginners course. And that was a wild ride, wasn't it?
It certainly was.
Did you notice that you felt like your energy was being cleansed during the course as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Probably about 5 days before, I started getting headaches all around here, which is unusual for me because I don't usually get headaches.
Yeah.
So, and they were constant every day, and then probably halfway through, I started getting like a sinus cold. So I think all my upper chakras have been cleared out.
Cleaned out. Yeah, I felt like like I say to everybody, I'm like, I looked around and I felt like everybody was having some turbulence a little bit, but I kept telling everybody this is normal. In order to access high vibrational frequencies, everything that's no longer needed gets cleansed or gently removed, and it just makes life a lot easier. And then you start to shift and raise in vibrational frequency, and then you can connect more easily with this high vibrational energy that is attempting to come through and communicate with us. So our angels and spirit guides and loved ones. It was a wild ride, wasn't it? Watching everybody come on live and just enjoying everybody and the cards that were being pulled and the readings that were being given to everyone. Did you find that it was really nice to have that support with the community, in the course? Like for me personally, for a long time, I didn't have that community of support in person in my local area. So online has been wonderful.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I think, definitely you did it the hard way.
I sure did.
Now you have the online access. Yeah. Absolutely. Like I think I might have been one of the first that jumped on live with you at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, and I think you've just got to take the attitude that, you're all in there to learn, and people are at different levels, but everyone's a bit nervous, coming on live. And
that's normal.
I think leading up to it, I was like, oh, I don't know if I could do that on live thing. And then I just thought, what the hell? I'm just going to jump in.
I was going live and I'm like, does anybody else want to come live with me? And you jumped in. I was like, sweet. And it was 3 a.m. I made sure to, really spend that time with you because, 3 o'clock in the morning deserves a lot of, some extra, And it's cool how there's people from all over the world that came and joined us, and it's awesome to have that support. Yeah, like you said, I did it the hard way long ago. I didn't have online groups to be a part of to learn and grow, or to learn anything about how our spiritual teams are communicating with us. And what surprised you the most about mediumship when you came in the Mediumship for Beginners course? Like what surprised you the absolute most?
Probably that I could feel spirit coming closer, whereas before, cool. I mean, in the past, I'd sort of dabble with cards or jewelry, and maybe I'd get some pictures. But learning to actually sense the energy, and Jesus is a great one because you're like, whoa, your body just heats right up. Well, it does for me anyway.
Feels like
And
golden sunlight for me, but it does
yeah,
heat up too. Warmth.
yeah. And everyone's feeling of a master or being might be slightly different, but there's often similarities as well.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool. Hey, like we had different ways of feeling what was coming in, but some of the similarities was where is it coming in from? Like, is it coming in from
Yeah,
above, beside you, next to
yeah.
you, behind you? And like there were some similarities. It was really cool. So you were a bit
Mm.
surprised by that, hey?
Well, yeah. I mean, I remember the first time I jumped on that 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're going, okay, ask, ask. You sent Michael over to me just so I could
Yeah.
feel energy a bit more.
Hmm.
And I know his energy is supposed to be really massive, but no, the very first time I was like, I'm not sure. But
Yeah.
by the end of it, I could definitely tell a difference, you know?
Yeah, and I suppose that comes down to as you're practicing, you're opening more. That's why I'm like, use the angel cards, practice often because you'll open up
Mm.
more. And then over the 2 weeks, you're also getting your energy cleansed. So you're lifting in frequency and you're connecting more by the end. Because of all of those. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So in the beginning, you
Yeah,
start out, and then you're like, "Oh, wait a minute! I'm starting to feel sense, and I know who's coming in." And the coolest thing is the confirmation because you have everybody else who's saying the same thing. So that's really
yeah.
cool.
And
So are you?
everyone was so beautiful, you know? We're all so supportive of
Yeah,
each other, and it was
it was
great.
super high vibrational, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
I'm meeting people from all over the world. Are you still in contact with a lot of the people from the mediumship for beginners?
Yeah. Well, as you know, a lot of people went over to
Ursula's
continue on practicing
group?
it with
Yeah.
Ursula's course. And a lot of us are friends on Facebook. So it's great.
Yeah.
Can always
Yeah.
contact each other and say, let's have a practice or,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're checking in with each other and practice with each other. I know in Ursula's group, Songs of Light, sorry, everybody's practicing with one another and still working on it even after the course has ended, which is really cool. I think that's great. It's nice to have that support when maybe you don't live in an environment or a place where that support is there. Um,
Yeah.
so here's a really hot and heavy question. What have you learned? What have you learned about yourself since taking the mediumship for beginners course? What have you learned about yourself? Hmm.
Uh, One thing I've learned is that uh, I've always been
Hmm.
connected in some
Right.
way, even if it was mildly, and that they are always talking to you.
Yeah,
Um, but I guess it's not until you open up a bit more that you realize it more.
yeah.
Definitely. And on the other side, probably how much I need to clear my energy and raise my vibration. um, there's a lot of work there to do as well.
Oh, that's, I think, a step-by-step progression, over
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
And we
Got to
don't
do it
do it
all
in
at
this one, we'll just get it in the next one, right?
once.
I mean, it's a step-by-step progression. And like I say, I'll always say this. I'm like, well, no one's perfect. And we're not meant to be, and that's not how this experience is supposed to go down here on earth. So you let that go. Have you noticed any changes with spirit attempting to contact you? Like, have you noticed that the regularity of them trying to contact you, or are they waiting for moments when you have a lot more stillness and peace, quiet time, and then they step forward and attempt to contact you, or during your sleep state?
Well, one thing I used to notice before I started the course was I'd go through patches of time where I'd feel like something coming closer occasionally. I didn't know if I was giving myself the heebie-jeebies, you know.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And in your course, I remember you saying, you can put limits down. You could say, I'm going to bed now. Don't bother me.
Yeah.
And I actually did that one night. I was like, you know what? I'm going to bed. And so when I'm alone, when it's dark, and when I'm going to bed, it's out of bounds. so
As
that
it,
I don't freak myself out.
it should be,
And from then on, I go into my room, I go to bed, and then it's just I feel peaceful. Like
yeah,
I don't feel like there's anything coming closer or so learning that boundary was great.
yeah. Let them know what
Um,
you want. Mhm.
yeah,
I
definitely.
find when they are around me at night, though, they're helping me. So I've got my angels helping me. I've had, my spiritual team is trying to help me while I'm sleeping. So it's nothing that is untoward in any way. But sometimes
No,
I'm sleep bothered.
yeah.
I want to sleep.
Um, but there has been other times where I've called on someone to help me maybe do some work during my sleep. And
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
morning, and I've had really vivid dreams at night. So something's happened.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
A lot of
and there's
shift.
lots of little things. Yeah, you notice lots of I got some Metatron cards and I was working with Metatron. And
Nice.
then I just started noticing things linking together. It's sort of in the back of your mind, but somehow, you'll see something on TV maybe, or then you'll see some numbers and then you'll in your brain it's going, oh, it's all together. I don't know how to explain that other than everything's linked. And I just would get flashes of that sort of link, which I haven't seen before.
It's cool
So,
when you get the number sequences and you'll get other signs and they all tie together and you get that bigger picture. What is it
yeah,
that they're trying to
you
reach
go, wow.
for or about? That's really cool. Barbara's asking, are there some beings that you have made more of a connection with than others that you feel more in alignment with, that you're connecting with more so?
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I wasn't sort of brought up religious or anything. I never really had a really affinity with Jesus. Not that I was against him, but since doing the course and practicing feeling his energy, I've made more of a connection. And now I can say the word Jesus and I can say the word God and
Totally.
not fear.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was a bit like, oh, you don't say, talk about Jesus.
People will
I'm
think,
just trying to be honest here. That's how I was, yeah.
yeah.
Whereas now I'm comfortable with the whole concept of being in touch with this amazing master
Mhm.
and definitely notice his presence when I call him in.
Yeah. He's amazing. It's like having a
Yeah.
big brother that's there to help you, a
Yeah.
big brother that's there to assist you throughout this lifetime. You know,
Mm.
if I have high vibrational beings of light and love, and they're there for my highest and best good, and my angels, my guardian angels, are open to that help, and it's a team effort, and it feels good to me, then that's where I'm going to move in the direction of. Yeah, sometimes you
Absolutely.
just need help with certain things in life too. I find, you try to do things on your own and yeah, okay, you can if you would like. But when you start
Mm.
to work with these high vibrational beings, like watch what unfolds in your life. It's amazing. It's really cool. And then you start to see it and you know it. And you see
Yeah.
that life is one magical experience if you want it to be. Um, Someone's saying here that they see 1111 every day. A lot of us are. Are you seeing 1111 a lot too?
Oh, it goes through phases. Yeah, lots of ones together or lots of twos together I've had.
Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, lots of fours. Every time I see them, I'm like, "Hi, thanks." It'll be 444 or 333, and I
It's like
always acknowledge them and go, "Thanks, Spirit."
if I see a
That's
lot of
great.
ones and it's like everyday ones, I know something's coming. Change is coming, good stuff's
Yeah.
coming, here it comes, and they're letting me know it's coming, and I'm anticipating it to arrive. I love that. Um, have you had any notable experiences after you giving that upon a thought, a ponder? I'm gonna relay some stuff that's happened to me since September.
Okay.
So any spiritual experiences that are come right out of left field that are notable.
Well,
Or is
I'll
it an
tell you one
ongoing
that
process?
happened. Sorry?
Sorry, I'm saying, or is it an ongoing process?
Um, yeah, I think I've been so busy absorbing information that I haven't had the time to sort of integrate
Mhm, mhm.
um, and really put into practice a lot of stuff. But recently I did do a meditation and I actually heard like a sort of scream in my ear.
A
And you
scream,
know when it's like sort of a scream, like,
or
I'm
was
like,
it a high-pitched
it
scream?
wasn't outside of me, but it wasn't, and I'm like, is that in my brain? Or so I
And
don't know what that was.
was it quick or was it long and drawn out?
It was sort of quick.
Hmm, that's interesting. I haven't had
Yeah,
that.
so maybe my vibe was low that day. I don't know.
Or maybe that was just you connecting in with that energy at that time, and that's the pitch you got, possibly.
Yeah,
Hmm,
yeah,
that must have
something.
surprised you. You're like,
Yeah, but I
yeah.
wasn't frightened. So
Yeah, and the key is like attract in the energy that you want around you. So, the key for me and also what I teach is that, you know, be the vibrational frequency that you want to attract into your life, whether that's
mm,
with people or that's with energy. Lift and raise your frequency. So I love to teach that as well. I think that's really
absolutely.
important to bring in that element instead of just shield yourself, which I think
Mm,
at some juncture is coming from being nervous and fearful, which in truth we are in control of everything. We are the manifestors of our reality. We are beings of light and love, and we have a huge team here, and there's nothing to be fearful of. So that's what I really like to teach as well. Some of what I've experienced is my higher self coming in very strongly, and then I ignored my higher self because I didn't
oh,
want to listen. And because my higher self was asking me to help another light worker, to work alongside of another light worker, to um, have a closer connection with another light worker, and I I was having a hard time with that because I couldn't see the big picture, and so I was like, no, I'm not listening. And then basically put, I then maybe a day or two later, my higher self just started flooding me with such love and just reminding me of how much love I do have for this other person, and
mm,
bringing that to the forefront, and how much my higher self loves this other person. And then I stepped forward and I took initiative and took action in the direction that my higher self wanted me to. And I'm very, very happy that I listened and paid attention. And at first I didn't want to because I didn't see the big picture, but you
yeah,
will see the big picture once you follow their lead. But my higher self came through so strongly and basically let me know, you won't be ignoring my guidance. This is how important this is. Um, and I was like, okay. And I'm glad I listened. So that's
so
one big thing that happened.
I have a question about that.
Mhm.
How do you differentiate between it being your higher self and a different being?
Great question. The more you practice, the more you pick up on the frequency of each energy that comes into contact with you in your energy field, right? So the more you practice, the more you pick up on their frequency. And the more you practice, the more you open, the more you pick up on their frequency. So the practicing opens you up further, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. But your higher self will always come from above you or onto your head, except that this time was so strong because I wasn't listening. My higher self was just flooding me through my whole vessel and all around me. And over years of practicing communication with my higher self, you can pick up on, I mean, it's overwhelming, that frequency, that energy, and the pressure on the top of the head and coming in through the crown chakra. So always on the upper part of your head from above you, and very direct guidance and explaining why, and very detailed. So some other energy will come, from behind me or from my left, usually from behind. My higher self, source, light and love, universal oneness, God, whichever word you want to call that energy, comes from above me. And my higher self is a spark of that energy. So that energy will come from above. And it's very strong, very strong.
Mm.
Especially when you try to ignore her. So
So is it sort of you trying to tune into the best part of you, the highest part of you?
it is the frequency, the energy that's temporarily housed within your vessel, and it's a part of this experience with you, but just a small percentage of it is able to house itself within your body or within you and around you. So the entirety of your higher self could not house itself within this vessel. I asked one day, I said, is the entirety of my soul housed in this vessel? And they chuckled and they said, no, no. And I said, why? And they said, because your body wouldn't be able to handle that amount of energy, and your body wouldn't be able to survive that. So I'm like, okay. So picture a massive amount of energy coming in from above you, expansive, omnipresent, high vibrational. It is housed in many different vessels, learning and growing. This is just one of them. And it comes through and communicates through the top of your head. Very, very wise, all-knowing. And I love, actually, recently I've been doing a lot of channeling of other people's higher selves for them during readings. So typically I move right into guardian angels, and then whomever else would like to join, if the guardian angels are all right with that, they run everything. That's how I move in that direction during readings. But lately I've been bringing in the higher self, which is very loving, very all-knowing guidance, and it's very personal. So that's been really cool. Hi, Ashley. Ashley's here too. Oh, isn't that cool? Somebody else has been saying I thank them when they give me synchronicities too, like number.
Yeah, I do too, Beth.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, I have a couple more questions. Did you find that the online mediumship for beginners course, did it help you awaken you further? Did you find that
Absolutely.
like exponential growth in awakening, or a little bit, or?
I went from, I think I grew heaps, but I feel like, I got busy after your course, and so I need to really start
Decompress.
to,
Yeah.
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 So,
Who needs a holiday
on a holiday. But definitely my chakras were more opened for sure. Like I feel more in meditations. I might different ones I've done, I've actually wept more, so there's movement, whereas that probably wouldn't have been there before. So lots of layers. I've got 52 years of layers to let go of.
Honestly, I'm going to say to you that I can associate with you, because there's times where I hold strong or maybe more stoic, and I'm not processing as much as maybe what would be best. So it's really cool when you can come into a supportive group in a course and have those layers kind of cleansed a bit and release a lot of that, so that you can feel more and express more emotion and release and let it go.
And a lot of people went through that real releasing.
Big
It was
time.
amazing.
Nobody wants to carry a suitcase on their back for their entire lives. That's
I
not
know.
mine.
And I think that's what's extra special about the course, is that, you're not just going in there to sort of learn to read cards and then just tell Joe Blow, that they're going to move house. You're getting you're getting affected by the vibrations of all the beings that are around you and working with you.
Mhm.
You know, so energetically you're getting a lot of healing and a lot of shifting. They want you to hear them. They want you to, you know, be able to get the message through. So
A lot of
you might
healing.
not realize it, but there's so much going on internally, you know, and energetically.
A lot of
And that's what's
healing.
awesome about it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, that's really important to have that shift and that growth. I think all of us, we get wrapped up in life's to-do lists and the things that you have to get done, and you're not in a mode of feeling and expressing. And you don't have to if you don't want to. But when you come into this, it's kind of like it's a gentle and a lot of healing. I really
Yeah.
noticed that with a lot of people, a lot of healing. And the course is really just the beginning, isn't it?
I
Because it's
know, and it goes for 2 weeks.
on.
It's like 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Jam-packed 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
jam-packed 2 weeks. And you get to participate around your own schedule and your own time zone when you're able, and you can catch up or you can participate at any time. And really, there's people coming on at all hours because there's people there in all time zones. So it's really cool. And so
And I
I
just figure, like,
like,
I just figured too that it's 2 weeks of your life. If you have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, do it. Like,
yeah,
because then you're live and then you can ask questions. And so,
totally.
you know, you might get a bit sleep deprived like I did, but because you're still working full time, you know,
Yeah,
but it's
exactly.
2 weeks of your life, you know,
Yeah.
jump in.
Or catch the ones on the weekends.
Then you
Or
can't, yeah, you
I
can
like to
catch up.
do, and I like to do it spread out between early to late in the day. So I'm going to catch someone at some juncture. I'm going to catch you if you're.
Yeah. So
So
the
with,
second half of the week, I'd get you more in my comfortable time zone. Yeah. So sometimes they'd be more in the evenings or mornings for me, or sometimes the middle of the night. But you know,
or
it was all shared around between everyone around the world, so
or
it
jumping
was good.
on or being a part of something that is just before work. I find this really cool because you're practicing on others, with others, but you're also
Yeah,
getting practiced on. So you're like literally getting mini readings
many
for
readings all
yourself
the
in
time.
2 weeks. It's
Yeah,
really cool with cards and without cards.
yeah.
Which spirits, beings, or angels are the regular participants in the course? Did you find?
Who are the regulars? Um,
Jesus,
Davies, Michael.
Michael, Archangel
Um,
Michael,
yeah, I
Gabriel.
think Archangel Raphael might have popped in, didn't he?
I think it was
Or
Gabriel that time.
was it
However, it's kind
Gabriel?
of different, a little bit different, depending on who's available. They're always available. That's why I'm cracking jokes there. Guardian angels constantly. They're
Yeah, and Mary and Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene.
yep. And
We had Carly as well, I think.
yeah,
She
and what
jumped.
a difference that was. I think that Jesus came through first and then Callie, so we could see the difference between the two because they are energetically a little different, and how they came through was energetically different. How Callie
Mm.
approaches is different than Jesus. And then loved ones. Ursula's husband came through. That was really cool.
Yes, that was
That was
yeah,
really, really heartfelt. He came through
yeah,
several times, I think. And so you'll have your loved ones possibly come through and want to
yeah.
chat with you because they know what's going on and they're jumping in because they know this is
That
a
was
prime
so
time
good.
opportunity. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. Does
No
anybody have,
worries.
I'm just going to see if anybody else would like to ask a question. I know some of you are just jumping on now.
Mhm.
And I'll, Lilia, anytime you want to come and join us, I'd love to have you. So, you know, I love doing this to bring the, that's a famous bunch. Yeah, it is. I love to bring in everybody together and bring that support and that healing and that shift and that growth. And that's why I do these courses. I love it.
Yeah.
Hi, Shane. He's saying, hi, girls.
Okay.
Ah, Shane's up late, real late. I thought
Yeah.
it was Sheena, but nope, she's in bed. But that's the cool thing, isn't it? You get to know everybody and they become like
Right.
family from all parts of the world. And they're there to
Yeah.
help each other and help you and you help them. I love it.
And and you know that, you know, everyone on this page, well, they can relate to you, you know.
Yeah.
They know what you
I just love it.
as well as Ashley's page, and yeah, it's great.
Mhm. Ashley. Ashley's group is Channeling with Love. So if anybody would like to go and visit there, my group is Intuitive Angel Messages, and Ursula's is Songs with Light. And
Yeah.
you'll be retaking the course again. That's awesome. That's awesome, Elizabeth. You know, for 2 weeks for $125.
Yeah, I thought I might do it again too.
Yeah, just see how your energy is. I say, see
I
how
know.
your energy is, see if you're drawn to it.
I need to like get through Christmas. I'll see how I go,
Yeah.
but I
See
might.
how you feel by the new year. And then,
Yeah.
but really, I mean, even just hanging out and having fun with us,
Yeah.
it's a great time. I love it. So,
Yeah, I can see in the background. I don't have to be
yeah,
in on.
exactly. And then you can participate when you want to.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. You can be up front and center or not. That's the
Yeah.
best part. Elizabeth, we're going to
Yeah.
go live together. Wink, wink. Well, you have a wonderful day over there in paradise.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay.
Well, you are in paradise. Come on. Australia, come on.
Oh, yeah, parts of it, yeah.
I
It's
love
going to
it.
be hot today. It's 36 or something today. So,
Oh, really? Oof.
yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
You and
So it's
I
pretty warm.
both have Celsius, so I can totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Degrees Celsius. Yeah. So I don't know if that's like 100 and something
That's
Fahrenheit. I
well,
don't know.
hot. Beth says she's going to take it again, and Elizabeth's going to take it again.
Awesome.
Shane said he's going to take it again, and Nancy said she loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, Shane says it's really sunny over there in Ireland. Nice. I love it. Well, that's great. Okay, well, have a wonderful day, and
All right, thank you.
thanks for joining me.
No problem.
I'll see you online. Bye.
Okay. Bye. See you, everybody.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.